Hey, Melody. Welcome to the live. How are you today? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Monday, Primetime Squad. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, a wonderful start to their week. And I hope you guys are ready to get into this review of David Makes Man, which I hope a lot of you guys watch. I know people have been asking me when I'm going to start reviewing David Makes Man. And I'm like, oh gosh, I got so many TV shows I'm doing already, but I'm going to try to squeeze that one in this week before the next episode starts, show appears, I should say, on Wednesday. Hey, Melody, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm so good. Everybody make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, please, and thank you very kindly. But you guys make sure in the chat, you definitely let me know how you felt about the last episode of David Makes Man, or how you feel about the show up to, this point that we are on we're still season 1, but episode 9. So anyway, you guys, this episode, it started off, we know that Willie D, he had overdosed on the drugs that they be selling. That beginning episode with Felicia Rashad and the whole cast. I mean, the good guys, the bad guys, the murderers, the parents, the neighbors, the landlord, the management lady. I mean, everybody in that scene. That scene was awesome. I loved it. You said you love the show. It scares you to death, but I can't get enough. This show is very intriguing. I've been watching it since it first came out, but I just, I was like, I don't know if too many people interested in that show. I'm doing a little reality shows. I'm doing some TV shows, some primetime shows, but I've been hit up several times about this show. So I'm like, okay, let me review it because I do like it. So I do hope that some of y'all like the show as well. It was beautiful. It was painful. You are right, Melody. It was everything in the all white. I mean, I love that scene. I don't know. I just love that scene, the song, and everything about that scene. And then how it switched. You saw how it switched, like just like that. Next thing you know, it was Day's little brother that was killed, and his mother screaming out, and the pain and sorrow and horror in her voice. I'm telling y'all, I was up there like, oh my God, am I really crying? But yes, I was like, oh my God, yes, when it switched to JG, I was like, oh my God, but you know what? I'm sorry I have to say it. That little JG, he gonna be something else. He gonna be something else when he gets a little older. And when I say a little older, I'm meaning like maybe a year or two, because that boy is already like, I mean, this child, it seemed like he was made to be in the streets. I mean, the way he talked, the way he can be so disrespectful to elders, like when they was at his grandmama house, after they had to leave, because of the storm that was coming in. And when they was at the grandmama house and she was talking about his daddy, he said, don't you say it. He was going off on his grandma. She was sitting there like, and then his mom is like, whenever he curses or anything, it's like, okay, I know everybody knows at least one person that they done met before, and they got a child who be cursing or being disrespectful, and they just be like, don't say that. Don't say that. If it's not that, then they laugh at, and he's so cute. Oh my God, he just told you to go to hell. Oh, it's so cute. Ha ha ha. I'm like, Glow, get your child. He's something else. He's something else. I can see him a few years from now running them streets as a young boy, being a corner boy, a runner. I can see him doing something, having his own little set, his own little squad. But yeah, that little JG, if not dead, if not dead. But he was up there going off on his grandma. But yeah, that scene was very emotional in the beginning. And one other scene that was really emotional for me was when she did come to her mother's house. Glow, when she brought them to her mother's house, and we find out all the details of how her life was growing up in that household with her mother, who seems to be one of those mothers who's really, really religious, one of those mothers from way back in the day, really religious, loves a man to the very end. They man can't do no harm, and if he ever strays, especially into the bedroom of thou daughter, it's thou daughter's fault. It ain't the man. It ain't the husband. The devil done used the child to lure the man to a sin. And it's all the child's fault. It's all the child's fault. The way she was up there trying to explain to her mother, you never believed me. Like, you never believed me. All this time, all these years, you still don't believe me? Her mother know the truth. Her mother knows the truth. She know her husband was all up in there in her daughter's bedroom doing things that he ain't supposed to do. But again, she's like, still turn the other eye. That's one of those parents who will die. They will go to the grave before they acknowledge the fact that they failed their child, and acknowledge the fact that their child was right and they were wrong, and maybe they just didn't know how to handle it. They were scared to lose a man, and it's so sad because it happened a lot back in the day. It happened a lot. It still happens, but back in the day when a lot more women relied on a lot more men, and the men were the real breadwinners in the family, and the women would be like church women or housewives and stuff like that. It happened a lot where they would overlook. But it's usually they would overlook more when it's the stepdad. In this case, it was the real dad who was messing with the daughter. It's no excuse. No excuse at all. I really hated that scene because I was like, whoo, she dealing with these children. She dealing with this man who left her. Dave's father and her mother talking about, I'm telling you, I don't know what it was back then in the water, but these women telling their children, you need to stay with that man. You need to be with that man. He's a provider. He got a job. He got a career. So what? He got a whole wife at home. Take him from her. You ain't doing something right. You ain't no real woman if you can't take your man from another woman. Like, her mom was killing me. I'm like, oh my God, Lord Jesus, help her. You said it was so sad that her mom knew. She knew. She walked in on the father doing his thing with her child, and she turned around, shut the door, walked out, and left, and said nothing. But see, a lot of things happen to children, and a lot of times children grow up, and sometimes they can allow what happened to them as a child affect the rest of their entire life, and also affect the way that they parent their child or lack of. And sometimes kids use that as, I'm going to get by this. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to do this. My children going to be protected. I'm not going to ever let nobody touch them. And if they do, I'm taking all measures to make sure we get justice. Any and all measures. Sure. I'm like, let me find out something going on with mine. It's going to be, y'all going to see me on CNN. Y'all gonna see me on CNN like bail set at $100,000. I ain't playing, y'all. But yeah, I thought that was really messed up. Really messed up. And then she had the nerve to hug Day when his mother slapped her. Now I kind of was like, why the heck she slap him? Like, he was basically trying to say, if you would have, you know, stayed with that man, maybe we wouldn't be struggling the way we would have. Or if you wouldn't have got with that man, you wouldn't have had us and we wouldn't have ruined your life. And she slapped the taste out of his mouth. I'm like, why you slapping him? Like, he done curse you out. You need to slap little JG, that little gangbanger in training. That was weird, Melody. That was so weird. I was like, why you slap him? But then she broke down, y'all ain't no mistake. Y'all wasn't no accident. Y'all meant to be here. Y'all loved and all that, yada, yada, yada. But I was like, why she slapped that child? I didn't understand that part. I really didn't understand that part. But y'all, man. Okay, the scene when it all came back today. The scene when it all came back today, when he started having flashbacks of, okay, that ain't his father, but he looked to him as a father. The guy that was killed, when he started having flashbacks after old boy, jumped over the railing on the stairs. And Damon, it was Halloween. Damon had that mask on his face. When he came down the stairs and leaped over that rail, it started coming back today. He was looking like, hold up. And he started having these flashbacks. And he remembered that night. And he remembered some guy, like in the form of Damon, leaping over that banister the same way that he did that night. I'm like, did Damon kill him? I was like, wait a minute. And then when we found out, from, oh my God, he might have set his own dad up and didn't even realize it. Raymond might have set his own father up and didn't even realize it. I think he kind of knew this entire time, but he didn't want to acknowledge the fact that he probably was responsible for his father's murder. So what do y'all think is going to become of Damon right now? He done came up in the house. He done came up in Ray's house. They interrupted dinner, bought his luggage and everything like he was about to be vacationing up there, during a storm. And came in there and tried to whoop on her child on her table. Then ruined the whole entire dinner. I mean, you can really tell that his uncle, even though he's truly pissed off at him, he's pissed off about that. He's pissed off about the money. He's pissed off about the little boy, Willie D, about his death and all this attention, coming down on the Ville. But when that happened, I realized, yeah, he ain't gonna kill Ray, because Ray had a feeling like his uncle was gonna kill him. He was scared. He was really scared, panicking. But he basically told the Damon, get out of my sister's house. You ain't gonna disrespect her. Then he tried to come at her talking about. See, that's when I kind of knew that he probably was responsible for the murder. When he told him, it ain't my fault that your daddy can't stay alive. I can stay alive longer than your daddy, and raise my children. And that's what really pissed Ray off when he brought his daddy up into it, because I don't think he has any idea who might have killed his father. He just know that he went to Teo, his uncle, told him what happened. His father beat the brakes off of him after he wrecked his car. And next thing he know, his father was killed. Damon, he got to go. But I just wonder if it's going to be Teo, if it's going to be Ray, if it's going to be Day. What do you think? You said Dave is turning the tables on Damon. Yes, yes. And it's a good thing he did. It's a good thing he did. I don't know if he really believes him. If Teo really believes that Damon is responsible for the money being funny. I don't know, because Ray, he was up there, man, we started selling pills and then this happened and that happened. And then Damon, he came back and the money, and then he was smiling and he was looking funny and he up there like, oh, really? I mean, Ray was just talking in circles. Like Teo was like, oh, okay, really? Yes, they got to get him. They got to get him. The previews from the next episode, they look like the show gonna be lit. I'm like, they gonna look like it's gonna be lit. I don't know what Dave's plans are, but we saw him on the preview saying, you know, what happened to Willie D. You know, that can't happen anymore. That can't happen anymore. These little kids dying on product that they slanging around there. He's like, that cannot happen anymore. Willie D, you know, the memorial, it was, oh my God, that was so sad. And then old boy kept on seeing him. Shinobi, he kept on seeing dead people. He kept on seeing Willie D sitting up in that apartment. His corpse, oh my God, and he looked like he looked really like a corpse too. They did the makeup and everything, you know, Willie D had him looking like a dead corpse that should be in a casket, sitting up in there in that apartment. Shinobi, he feels so guilty. He feels so guilty, so guilty. He couldn't even leave the apartments to go, you know, seek shelter elsewhere because of the storm. But speaking of the storm, did the landlord really stay back? Like, were they really supposed to leave the apartments? Like, was it really in order for them to leave? Because why is they up there playing spades or whatever the heck they was playing? Like, why was they up there playing spades? I mean, Miss Elijah and the landlady, they were still at the apartment building. I was kind of confused about that. I see why Shinobi was there, because Shinobi, he's just going through it right now. He's losing his mind. He's up there seeing dead people. He got like 100,000 gallons of water and a box of chicken in his apartment, talking about, oh, he gonna be fine. He got water and he got food. I was like, what the hell? But then when I saw them at the end, they sitting there chilling and laughing and stuff and kikiing. I'm like, so she done had everybody else leave the apartments and they still sitting up in there chilling. Right, she's on the first floor. I think she lied. Like maybe there was a storm coming, but it wasn't bad enough for them to evacuate. She's out there handing out papers, telling everybody they got to evacuate. And then she's staying there on the first floor with Miss Elijah. I was confused. I was like, maybe she just needed a break. She just needed a break and she wanted some peace and quiet, you know, for a minute. Maybe that was it. But you brought up Saren. I really did want to talk about Saren as well. Who do you think Saren is with, Melody? Let me know, y'all. Who y'all think Saren is with? And what do y'all feel about the comment? Okay, remember when they went to the dance, right? Remember Dave's mom, she tried to put him on that light blue, sky blue, what they used to call him back in the day, culottes. Looked like he had on some culottes. I was like, what is going on with that outfit? His mama talking about, I spent some good money on that outfit. I was like, oh my God. It reminded me of one of those outfits that Steve Harvey wore back in the day on the TV show. Oh my God. I was like, oh God, thank God for Miss Elijah. She managed to hook him up and make him look a little decent. But you know, when they was at the dance and the girl that they went out with, she said, that's cool that you have a gay friend. He was like, huh? What you mean? gay. He ain't gay. She was like, I know. I see it. I know. So now I'm wondering. I know Serene's father is supposed to be in Florida. I'm wondering now, did Serene go to Florida because of his father? Or did Serene go to Florida because the other guy, he was trying to go down to Florida so he's trying to keep running till he turns 18. You know, the one that was staying with Miss Elijah. He's trying to keep running till he turns 18 because if Miss Elijah get caught with him, it's going to be like harboring a minor. She can get charged with harboring a minor. And that's what she does, though. Miss Elijah, she takes in, kids that are gay and might have been shunned from their family and, are tossed out the house, or they ran away because they were mistreated because, they want to be who they are, but it was time for him to keep moving. But I'm like, is he heading there to be with dude? Or is he heading there to be with his father? Because when she said, is he gay? I'm like, for a minute, I was wondering myself. He did write a letter today, told him that he's going to miss him, that he loves him, and that he means more to him than a friend. But notice he said a couple of times, not that way, but just closer than a friend. I'm like, I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you think that Saren is gay? Now, it looks like from me, as far as his home life, that his stepdad is doing things to him that he's not supposed to be doing in the middle of the night. But I don't know, y'all. This whole, okay, this is what I don't like about the show. It's like some things they don't say. They just make you try to imagine what's going on. That's what, like, I'm like, dang, is he assaulting him or is he beating him? Is he doing both? Then I'm thinking, well, does his mother know? Does she not know? And then when they was going to church, and what's that church they was going? And she had a big old bruise on the side of her face. I'm like, did her man do that to her? Did his stepdad do that to her? Or did Serene? Because she's like, Serene, the stepdad was like, Serene, he shouldn't have done that to his mother or something. So I'm like, was his mother attacking him and he finally fought back? Or he pushed her? Or so, I'm like, how the heck did she get the bruise on her face? Did he punch her? Did he throw her down? Did he hit her with something? I'm like, it's like, it just leaves you in suspense. You said she's the bully, and she does sound like it. When Dave went over there to spend the night and she was going off on him with Dave sitting over there, she said, you lucky you got company. And then the way she put the shoes, you saw how she picked the shoes up and she moved the shoes like an inch or two over, as if everything in the house has to be specifically a certain kind of way or she would get mad. Yeah, I remember he had blood on his hands, but remember he was also picking his fingers. He was picking his fingers. Remember in the car when Day had looked over at Serene and he saw him picking his fingers and it looked like he had blood. Like I don't know if he had picked his fingers till they started bleeding or I don't know. But if he did, so this is what I'm thinking now. The father is taking advantage of him in the middle of the night, and the mother is beating him because maybe she feels just like Glow's mom, like it's all his fault that her husband is messing with him, that he's doing something to make her husband mess with him. Because I'm sorry. That when things like that happen in the household, you just gotta know the way your child changes. You just has to know that something ain't going on in the household, right? And then Dave told him to tell somebody. He said, "Tell who? Who is he gonna tell?" I don't think he thinks that anybody will believe him because who his mother is, who his father is. You know. You said I knew he was standing at attention when she came. Yeah, but see the thing about it, Melody, I thought it was the stepdaddy coming through the house. I'm thinking, oh my God, the step, because even Dave was like, okay, now we knew he was away on work, right? But then we was thinking, oh, he didn't came back early. He didn't came back early, and Dave was even like, is that him? Is that him? Is that him? And then Saran just ran to the door and just stood there as if he was in the military or something, in boot camp. He stood there straight up in attention, and she walked in, and I swear if Day wasn't there, it looked like she was going to clock him. It looked like she was going to clock him, like she just came home angry. Hot mess. Then he would be in the system. Yep. That's absolutely true. I feel so bad. And I'm like, dang, that's what I wonder now. Did he go and leave to go? Because like the next episode, right? Saran's mother, she was asking Day, I know you was the last one with him. You was the last one with him. What did that letter mean? The letter that so obviously the teachers or the principal must have showed her the letter that he gave to Day. And she was like, what does that letter mean? You was the last one with him. Day's mother knows, Glow knows that they know where Saren is. But Saren's parents, they aren't sure if Day really knows where she is. Yes, she is crazy. She's batshit crazy. Boy. But yeah, they must have been tussling. And maybe they're gonna, cause see what it seems like happens a lot in this show is they show a lot of flashbacks. So maybe next episode, maybe we'll find out what happened with her and Saren, if they were, boxing each other, or if she was beating him down and he was just defending himself. Or I want to see that. That's what I want to see. I want to see how he put that bruise on the side of her face, because that was a bad bruise. And then they up in church all giddy and stuff. Praise the Lord. We're on the way to church, and it like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. Like y'all done had a full-blown fight, a drag down fight. That's what it looks like. And they just pop up in church on the way to church, dressed up, ready to go, picked up Day, and they off the services. I'm like, wow, this is a mess. Lord Jesus. But as far as him being gay, you might be right, Melody. That does happen. That the person who takes advantage of a child, of the opposite sex, they end up, being gay, turned out, or whatever you want to call it. I can't really tell if he's gay. I just can't. And if he is, he's really hiding it well. Like, remember when Miss Elijah was getting him ready for Halloween? He came over there with no costume after church, and Miss Elijah was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hook you up. I can do something with this. I can do something with all this little suit you got on and everything." And when she started trying to put makeup on him, he said, "Boys don't wear makeup." And she was like, "Who told you that? What do you think these movie stars and these superstars be wearing when they on TV? They put makeup on their face, when they behind the camera." And she told him, she said, "All I'm going to do is put a little bit of powder on you." And he loved it. He absolutely loved it. He loved what she did with, it was one side of the face was a female and the other side was male. And she turned his suit. That was everything. That was giving me life. That costume was giving me life. He had the church suit on one side. She ripped the other side off and put a dress on the other side. I was like, okay, Miss Elijah. You said he left because he knows she was going to beat him. He loved that makeup. Yes, he loved that makeup. And then you saw how she put a little something in his pocket, which he used later on his lip. It looked like some lip gloss or some lipstick, something that he had put on his lip, where it was cut or split. I'm just like, I don't know who he's with. If he's down there just because he wants to be with that guy, I hope it all works out. But if he's down there with his dad, I'm like, dang, will his dad send him back? Will his dad send him back? Will his dad welcome him with open arms? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me see if I read all your comments. You said Glow knows then something, but she trusts Day. Yep, she trusts him. Day is very mature. They're like 13 years old. Day is very, very mature for his age, but so is her little son, JG. Like, he took them LeBron James shoes and he hopped them out in the, to, who was it? Who did he sell his shoes to? Was it Day? Was it Ray? He sold his shoes to somebody. He made enough to pay for the rent, but then he didn't know to have a receipt and that he knew how to pay for the rent. He knew that much, but he didn't know that he should not have put cash in the drop box. But how much you want to bet that landlady took that money? I've been thinking about that. Now, I know they said money had been stolen from out that drop box before, but yeah, I thought it was Ray. I thought he sold them shoes to Ray. I don't know, y'all. I think that lady, and then, do she got AIDS? Do she? Because remember what Miss Elijah said about her, because she was going off about the kids, being outside and stuff. And he said, what you need to do is worry about your T-cell count. And then they show her, drinking some water or something and taking her pills and everything. I'm like, do she got AIDS or do she got cancer or do she got... He said that she was going off about Lil JG, peeing on his sheets, using the bathroom on herself in the middle of the night and putting the sheets in the dryer, and it kind of like set off the sheets started burning in the dryer. So she started going off. He said, well, what about you and your the pens that's in the back in the trash can? I was hollering. But I love that little old lady. I swear, every TV show, every movie that she be in, she brings it. That is a very good actress. She be bringing it. And as far as Glow's mother, I love her too. Leela, I love her too. I think the first movie I seen her in, was it Harlem Nights, and then Waiting to Exhale, Boomerang. But yeah, I've been loving her since way, way, way back. Way back in the day. But at first, I honestly didn't recognize her at first. She didn't got a little weight on her and everything. She's still cute. She's still pretty. But at first, I didn't recognize her. Then I was like, oh, shoot. That's Leela Rashawn. But yeah, I love her too. But her character was making me want to come through that screen like, believe your child. Even though it's too late now, but she still has some making up to do. It's always time to make up. It's always time to forgive as long as you're still breathing. But hold on, let me see what she's saying now. You said Sunshine, Lupus. Is that it? That's what she got, Lupus? I think she did say that before. I think she did. But yeah, Sunshine, I love me some Leela Rashawn. But yeah, she's doing a pretty good job in this show too. So y'all let me know what y'all think is going to happen on the next episode with Damon. I wonder if it's going to be proven that he's the killer. I wonder if he's going to be proven that he was the one who actually killed Ray. And I don't know. It might be Ray who kills him. It might be. But we shall see. We shall see. And let me know what y'all think is gonna happen with Saren, of course. But yeah, last episode was really, really good. It was really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. The next show comes on Wednesday. So Wednesday, either late Wednesday or Thursday, I'll be reviewing that show, reviewing episode 10. But for all of y'all who watch Power, Power was off the chain last episode. After I finish this review, I'm going to set up the next live and I'm coming back and we're going to review Power. So if you are a fan of Power or you just want to kick it with me while I review the show, please come back. Please come back. Thank you, Melody. I'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes because I'm going to review Power. I'm trying to get my reviews done early this evening because y'all know I usually come out around like 8:30, 9:30, 10 o'clock. So anywho, I'm trying to get my reviews done early because I got some other shows that I got to catch up on. Hey, YS Books. Hey, this live is about over, but I shall return in about 15, 20 minutes. I got to set up the next live because I have to do a review on Power. So everybody in this chat, make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you come in late, please watch the replay so you can check out this review that we just did on David Makes Man. And again, I'll be live again in about 15, 20 minutes. I just got to close this live out, create the next live, and then make sure y'all got the notification bell hit. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. I shall see y'all in a minute. Deuces.